Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to another edition of that Millwall podcast, Friday Night Live. We are back and we are rolling. There's something I've forgotten. Hang on 1 minute. I think I know what I've got to do. Hang on 1 minute. If I press this button.
Got a problem. Check this out.
Look who's back, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only, the Wanderer has returned to face you on a Friday evening. Good evening, the one, the only, Omer.
Hello, mate. You're right. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. You?
I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. It's fine Friday evening.
It is, isn't it? I've got no idea really what we're going to be talking about and stuff, so we'll just end up throwing it open to the evening. Is that Omer the ghost? says Dan Riggs. So those of you who've never seen him before, I started it with him during lockdown about 4 years ago thereabouts, mate. So so we're going to kick off. I forgot that you haven't really been on, so obviously I had to do that Eminem video because the Eminem video come out earlier, and I just thought that I couldn't not miss that you're back. And I thought that it would be great. Remember, if you are watching on YouTube, then make sure you press the likes, please, as fast as you can. We've got no one on Facebook watching. Do you know what? I am just going to go. I think we're just come on Facebook. There, just no one's watching us. No one's there for the beginning of it. Then they don't deserve to watch us. That's where I am with it. So it is what it is. So we go there, and we're ready to rock and roll. You've not seen the new Eminem video. We've got coloured sweets now. Yeah. Right. That's it. Then we'll be back in a sec. You know the way it goes. Omar's not seen this, so we get a blind reaction when we get back.
Language you don't usually hear on television. Millwall in London's Dockland.
No one likes us, but we don't care. We're that Millwall podcast. Loud every Friday night right here. Legends like Jimmy and Abdul take a share in the kitchen or two. Super Neil Harris, a fucking legend too. Through the good times and in this life, we support the Lions all our life. This ain't no place for fancy feet. This is fucking Millwall through and through. Located on our very own John Benson way. Let them all come, let them have their say. Millwall till we die. With that Millwall podcast, loud every Friday night right here.
There you go. What do you think of that? I wrote that.
It's just cute, mate, isn't it? Fantastic. You wrote all those lyrics to that, did you?
I did.
Wow. It's not your voice, though, was it? It sounded a bit better than your voice.
Auto-tune. Just ask Taylor Swift. Do you know what I mean?
No, mate, it was spot on. I loved it. It was really good.
So
you've come a long way, mate. We've come a long way since 4.5 years ago, for sure.
That's it, innit? I mean, we'll have to dig out the first intro and whatnot. I looked at it the other day actually because it was mad. But we'll probably get a copyright for the Eminem anyway. So hey ho, it is what it is. We'll get rid of that. So it was right at the beginning, so we can cut it out. So it's easy. It's job done. So so you're back. I'm back. Stephen's out busy tonight, and no one else is about. So we thought, what's they going to talk about? There is a breaking story at the moment which just dropped with a tweet. I've not checked it out yet to see where it is, but it does say that talks with Millwall stalled with Tanganga because he hopes that his relationship with Kieran McKenna can help him get a move back to the Premier League with Ipswich. He's working on the Premier League options for his departure in the summer. I don't think he's going to go to the Premiership, to be fair. I think I don't think they're. I think he'll be all right. I think if Kieran wanted him, he would have had him last season, wouldn't he?
I don't know. I think he came to us, didn't he, in January with a point to prove on his fitness because he hadn't played for a year and a half or so. Went to Germany, didn't really work out for him either, and obviously came to us, picked up an injury initially, didn't he? Or kind of was a bit slow starter, and then obviously since Harris came in, he just went from strength to strength. I think if you're a footballer, you've got to ask yourself the question, Micky, mate. You know, Ipswich are going places. They have got to where they needed to get to the Premier League, but it's a tough one, isn't it? You know, Harris came in and he was part of the team and, you know, obviously loved by all, including the players, like we all know about, and all the Tanganga chances and such. But I think it does come down to maybe a bit of pride, not wanting to maybe be a permanent Championship player, perhaps as well. He's also going to be putting himself in the, you know, in the limelight of the Premier League. Okay, the Championship's got good coverage, but Premier League, if he wants to try and, you know, reassemble his career in a sense, I think I get why Ipswich might be a big appeal, but you know he's going to be the main man here, so it's a toss-up, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, also, I mean that I keep saying about it. If you haven't seen it, the Sky Sports thing, it's on YouTube. I'll have to find it and put the link in the description or something. But there was a Sky Sports deadline day documentary thing where it was all, you know, talking about certain players, and he was one of those players when he was looking to go Germany or looking to go to Spain, and his agent was going, yeah, you know, £16 million, and you're thinking, you know, 2-3 years ago he was worth £16 million. Yeah. And no disrespect to us, but he's playing Millwall against teams like Hull and Plymouth and et cetera, when you think, you know, realistically, if you were that good, you would have still been the money. But, you know, something obviously didn't work for him in Germany and he come here and found his feet. But listen, we are always, with some of these loan players, they always say, don't they, don't ever fall in love. Yeah, because, you know, they'll break your heart eventually. And if he ends up going to Ipswich, you know, good luck to him. But you're a fucking Judas. So
into the scene under Jose Mourinho and played right back a few games. I remember playing against Liverpool one time, and he looked very good. And I think that's the highlight reel package. You see them run a game, the ads under Jose Mourinho at Tottenham. And then he had a couple of injuries, and he was really, really highly thought of there. You know, obviously Tottenham developed their own players, Harry Kane as such.
No, we developed Harry Kane.
Yeah, okay. We had him on loan. He scored 9 goals.
But he says, come on. Everyone sits there and always brings out this quote. It was Millwall.
No, listen.
Made me.
Mill made him a bit of a man, I suppose, because he went to a Championship club with players like Alan Dunn in the dressing room, who probably, you know.
Who's at Epsom today? There's loads of pictures of him at Epsom.
I suppose it's a bit of an eye-opener for him going on loan to a club like us. But, you know, he's had multiple loan spells and he's done it for us. And, yeah, I mean, look, obviously, Tanganga's a bit older than that. He's not, you know, he's not a 20-year-old. He's, 25, I think, Tanganga, 24, 25. Look, you know, for us, it'd be an unbelievable sign if we got him. It's a statement of intent from our club, but I suppose you can't beat Premier League money. You can't beat the appeal.
It's also what Daily Mirror says.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you can't. He's not chasing. He is chasing the bag, but also I think Ipswich there's a real feel good feeling there. The manager just signed a new contract. It said something about Kieran McKenna having links to him in the past. I need to check that. I don't know if anyone knows in the chat, but obviously McKenna was at Man United as such as the assistant. But I don't know what the ties are to Tanganga. Was he ever at Tottenham as an academy coach or something? I can't confess to know his background, but you know, if there is that link, a bit like how when Gerrard was signed Tanganga initially in January, and you're not guaranteed a game at Ipswich though with the players they've got and who they'll be signing, but with us, you know, he'd be the main man here. So again, it's up to Tanganga what his ambitions are, and I wouldn't begrudge a player going to the Premier League and over choosing us, but it's not as clear cut as I feel like it's been reported.
It was, yeah. It was 2015-16. He was Tottenham Hotspur under 18s.
There you go. And that must have been the same round time that Tanganga was coming through. So, look, it's a tough one for us, but for me at least, you know, the club are willing to spend the money. I don't know if that's necessarily a case. You know, sometimes people say they're just throwing the cash at it to make it seem like they want to get the player, but maybe they don't actually have the intent to get him. But I feel like the words that came out of, you know, Harris and Co after the season, I think, you know, we're really trying to have a go to sign him, but again, you can't really go above and beyond sometimes when you're competing with the Premier League, I suppose.
It was at Tottenham Hotspur for 10 years or so. Yeah, 10 years, 2009 to 2010. So,
yeah, but that's
Yeah, he's only 25 now, so he's born. So he started at Tottenham when he was 10.
Makes sense. Yeah. So then
yeah.
came through the academy. Must know McKenna quite well. We would work together in the past. Listen, it's it's not an easy sell coming to Millwall. He would have come on loan and fell in love with the club in a sense. He obviously loved his time here. So there will be some pull for us, but I don't know what the chat thinks. But I think realistically speaking, if you're going to choose between Ipswich and Millwall, Ipswich on that feel-good feeling at the moment. You don't begrudge the player, I don't think.
And I think he needs to be playing probably up, because if you look at his international, I mean, he was under 16s, England under 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, 21s, and then obviously around 21 where he started dropping off to a degree, and then he went to Utzberg for a year and didn't get one appearance, and then obviously come to Millwall, had 18 appearances, 2 goals. So makes sense really if he wants to try and reinvigorate his England career before he's too old. Which, to be fair, I don't think he's really going to get a chance of getting in England with who they've got there now.
Yeah, you tier list footballers in a sense, I feel like, where they could realistically go. Like, for me, for example, you've got the world-class players that are top 4 Premier League champions. Then you've got the mid-table obscurity, the players that, the likes of Jared Bowen, for example, that are not necessarily good enough for European football, but they're like on that tail end of the top. Then you've got players that are towards the bottom of the Premier League / good championship players, that are very good championship players. And I think Tanganga falls into that category. He can't really, you don't see him in the top 10 Premier League side, but you can see him in a struggling Premier League side or very good championship side. And I think for him, you've got to ask the question about his ambitions. Is Mill realistically going to get out of the championship next season? No. Are we going to get promoted to the championship? No. For the Premier League? No. So we could, but, the ambition's got to be for him to revitalise his career. And is that going to happen at Millwall? I don't know. Maybe he has a season of playing 46 games out of 46, proves his fitness, then gets a bigger move afterwards if we do really well. But
there's a possibility. I mean, that's what, realistically, if you were him, he's 25. He needs to get a couple of, realistically, like someone said, you're long-term retired in football. You need to get a couple of decent years of money ahead of you. And then at least then you can then just go, well, I'm okay now if I get injured or I have to retire. I have to say something, Omer, right? Because I don't know if you've seen some of the shows that there is a theme that runs through all of our shows about lookalikes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Yeah. And one of the listeners has WhatsApped me. Okay, YouTube, shocking. I never get the notification. You need to switch it on. You need to press the bell and then you'll get the notification.
Tell me.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready for this, yeah? Okay, here we go. Ready to the audience. Here we go. Just move yourself over a little bit, Omer.
It's not far off,
No,
is it?
That's it.
Less of the beard, though. The hair could get there. It's a bit more curly, my hair, but yeah.
I think that's probably the best lookalike, apart from Stephen being Claire Balding.
Who is the guy? I don't know who the footballer was there. Showing my knowledge, just a bit before my time. Did they give a name of the footballer as well?
He did, yeah.
Who's his name, mate? Go on.
I will tell you in 2 seconds. Or he will tell me in a minute. It is. Oh God, where's it gone now? Peter with Withe.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know who it is actually.
You don't, but yeah. There we go. Look, you see, there's loads of them now coming in and going. Look, there's loads now coming in going who it is. So yeah, but that is a spit. I never thought it. Oh, we never thought it comes.
It's not the spit, mate. It just happens that I'm wearing the football shirt as well. It helps it.
Yeah. Of course, but it's better than calling you. It's better than calling you Hasbulla or something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I see that.
Claire Balding.
Yeah, there's geezers on TikTok that do the lookalikes and ask people outside football grounds, and sometimes there's some rogue shouts. And they rate it out of 10. I'd give that a 5 out of 10. It was an alright shout. It wasn't a good shout.
Okay, can you put some better suggestions for lookalikes for Omer tonight? So before we go on, I just want to do a level-headed before we go proper off kilter, because we're going to take questions from you lot, so we'll go proper off kilter. So let's just do a bit of sensible. there's a lady, I know, Jacqueline. I think her name's Jacqueline or Jackie. I know her from years ago when she helped with a load of shirts for the kids in Africa and books and stuff like that. The trust helped out. I think it was that long ago. I think I was found on the board at the time. Don't like to talk about that.
You were found on the boards? You were found on the boards?
Yeah, briefly, but yeah, second only, and then destroyed the position.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
So anyway, there's some bits and pieces going on around the Memorial Garden and getting it cleaned up and stuff like this, and some other bits and pieces what is all being dealt with at the moment, which we don't need to go into right now for this reason. What she wants to try and find out, and I will put a message in the description. So after the show, if you click back onto this or if you're listening to this on a podcast, you've missed what Omer looks like, but don't worry, you can come back to the YouTube and look at it. It's quite funny. But you'll find a description, her email and everything else for you to be able to get in contact with her and stuff. If you, well, not you, because obviously you wouldn't be listening to this, but if any member of your family or someone you know has had their ashes laid at the club Memorial Garden, can you get in touch with her? Because there doesn't seem to be any records, because obviously you can go through the official channels, or I think personally a lot of people have probably gone through the non-official channels where they've turned up in the week or turned up on a match day and, you know, laid their family member, etc., ashes, same as people used to put it on the pitch. And I think, you know, what she's trying to do is, because there is no records, and if anything regarding it or anything else, no, the toilets aren't going there. You just want to know. It's one that, you know, if they want to do a plaque or something with all the people what are there, then they just don't have the information. So we've obviously got quite an audience. So I said I'd do it. If you check back in the description, you do it. If you know me or Omer, drop us a message, drop us a text if you want the details. If you know you don't see him or whatnot, or if you know anything, then yeah, just get in touch, do it. Jackie will sort it all out. I think she's on Twitter, Miss Millwall or something. I'll put all the details in the description afterwards. And if you or someone you know has any idea of people who are there, then yeah, please let us know. There we go. That's done. We can move on now. Right. If you want to get questions in, because Omar's not here very often, then drop them in for me or Omer. And then we go. We've got one. We've got John Pard 00, who's basically said, looks like we're interested in 2 Palace fringe players. Once again, our youth development not working. JB Junior needs to sort out the progress of our kids. I think he does. And I think, to be fair, with a couple of people I've been speaking to, a friend of mine is mates with Steve Gallen's brother, not Joe Gallen, but Kevin Gallen. And he reckons that they are all really good football minded people, and Steve is phenomenal with it. Do you know what I mean? The spotting and everything else. So hopefully, with the fact of we've got someone who's got a proven track record in football rather than being a journalist, hopefully we can, you know, start moving in. And we go, actually, do you know what? This leads us right in. I didn't think about it until I just started saying it, but this leads us right in to a few years back when we really started this to a degree, and we had that long ass conversation about it where you kept saying we need a director of football and we need a plan. We need to recruit players to that plan. This could be the start of the plan what you said we needed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't name drop like you. I don't know Steve's brothers, sisters, cats, dogs, neighbours, owner who works at the club.
You don't know Rover who takes his Alsatian for a walk with the Chihuahua on a Tuesday.
You can't proclaim to name drop when it comes to Steve Gallen, but yeah, I mean, he obviously was at Charlton, and there was, you know, he's it's hard to judge someone on the signs they make for a club because it's all about the budgets they have and what they work with. But I think it's a step forward for me in the sense I feel like because he's a name within football. Steve Gallen, he's been around. I knew who Steve Gallen was before he was appointed. I knew who Aldo was before he was appointed for being a journo. So he's not a name in football when Aldo.
Only because he used to tap you up for any information like he did all of us. Do you know what I mean?
So we all, Aldo, who was a journalist, then got into the football world, and I was always skeptical of that, thinking what contacts does he realistically have in the game? But Steve Gallen's been around the block a few times. Obviously, the Gallen family is well renowned at QPR, for example, and I think it's obviously a step in the right direction. I think you don't know until you start to sign players what kind of talent he's going to attract, who is he going to get in front of, who we're going to have a chance of signing. But yeah, back to John's question and John's point. I think that it has to be the directive. The club's got to start bringing these youngsters in. I bang the drum all the time, especially the last couple of years after, the 23s doing so well, 2 years running. The under-18s get into the FA Youth Cup semi-final against Leeds. There's talent clearly there. It's the best crop we've had in a long while, I feel like. And, okay, we will give the club some credit. Danny McNamara's in there. Billy Mitchell's in there. There's players in and around it, in amongst it. So, look, the opportunity's there, then, of course. I feel like the club needs to try and force it a bit more and kind of force the situation and maybe say to Harris, you can have 18 players that have come through that you signed or, contracts the club, but you got to have 6 or 7 23s in and amongst it, 18 players that make up the key element because normally 18 players get used the most in the season. And then you have a lot of youngsters that come in and have the opportunity because there needs to be some sort of push, I think, for that.
Yeah, no, look, I think it's a new model for us, and I think it's a new direction, and I think that it's a good direction to go in. And again, it's one of those that you've just got to suck it and see, really, and see.
You've got to trust the club to get it right at this point. We can moan about it. We have an opinion about it. That's why we do the show. Don't get me wrong, but you've got to trust the club that they've made the right choice this summer. It's another upheaval after last summer, which was out of our hands. But look, I think give John Beryl some credit when he was here. He did try to say it's going in that direction and recruitment when he brought Aldo back. Was it 2 years ago? This is what we're doing now. He's in charge of this. We're going to start trying to identify players that fit our way and lean less on the manager. And Harris has said the same things in press conferences of he's saying, I have a say, but I don't. It's not my, it's not all his players. They're players that are Millwall players, and Harris is one who identifies.
No, that's it. We've had another. As the person knows me, a different person has sent me another lookalike for you.
Here we go. I was waiting for the beard to come into things. It's not even that long. It's not even that long.
No, but there you go. So yeah,
that's all it is.
There's a couple of questions coming in.
Some questions.
Right. Linked with Matt Ritchie, your thoughts on that?
Matt Ritchie. Okay, well, was he 34? I checked him up the other day, obviously, when the league first came about. Well-known name in Championship and Premier League football, I suppose, in recent years. I remember at Bournemouth, he was brilliant left footer, good winger. Eddie Howe got a tune out of him. Obviously, he went to Newcastle, had various managers, and Eddie Howe then became the manager at Newcastle, so he stuck around. I think he played 17 games last season for them in all competitions. He's 34. Look, if you said to me we signed Matt Ritchie 5 years ago, I'll be absolutely buzzing. If we sign Matt Ritchie this season, this summer, I'd still be excited, I think. I think he strikes me as someone that's maybe a bit of a good character, a bit of an older head. Obviously, this summer we've lost Hutch, for example.
He's 35.
He's 34, going on 35 in September. So, look, I don't think he'll be a first choice, but look, if he's going to
he wouldn't be my fucking second choice either.
I think for a season, he's still played 12 times in the Premier League last season. So, you've got to take that on some face value. I think he's rumoured to be wanting to go to Portsmouth instead, back down to the coast. So, look, who knows? I personally think I wouldn't be disappointed with signing Matt Ritchie, is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of things that go with that. He's on Premier League money. I suspect he's probably on £40,000 a week, if I pluck a number out of thin air, maybe 50, who knows? He's at Newcastle. He's been there for about 6-7 years. So, look, I think if you got him for a cheap wage, what is that quantify as? I don't know. But if he's not the biggest name on the salary sheet, he's not the first name on the list, and he's willing to come and be an option for us and be a winger. We've been linked with wingers. Obviously, there's a few links going around at the minute. I think there's obviously a step in the direction of fitting what Harris wants us to play. I wouldn't be disappointed with Matt Ritchie signing, is what I'm trying to say, and that we've got to judge it when he gets here if he signs for us. What about yourself?
So, look, I think he's a bit old. I mean,
yeah, 34 doesn't wet.
I think the problem is that we are already one of the oldest teams as such in the league, and I think that realistically, is he going to play? I mean, you say Hutch or whatever, but is he going to play the games and take? Is he going to take it from the other player? I think the problem we've got with it is that, to me, is if the criteria of the club is to push for the Premier League, then unfortunately, I don't think the youth's really going to get a chance. So you're having to go for players who are established and know the game inside out. If that's the reason, then maybe Matt Ritchie ticks a few of the boxes. But if you can take a risk, then I would rather try and use some of the youth what we've got, and then go from there to a degree. So yeah.
Look, Steve Morrison was 33, 34, still doing bits for us. I can't stand Morrison, but he still was.
Not really.
He was. Look,
poorly.
I think there is an argument to say, look, I agree. It doesn't look ambitious. It doesn't look like someone that can. It's not a future-looking sign. It's not a long-term signing. It's a very short-term thinking there. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
it's a lot of money for a year.
It depends what he's. That's what I mean. We will never be oblivious to that. So that's what I'm saying. If you said to me he comes in, he's going to be our top earner, I'll be no chance. If he comes in and wants to, be involved and maybe wants to work with Harris, I don't know if there's any connection there. I doubt it. But look, who knows? Who knows, mate?
No, that's it. I mean, Daily Millwall says if we're looking to loan Gilchrist from Chelsea, then Tanganga deal must be dead.
Has Gilchrist resurfaced? I've not seen that come back around.
Daily Millwall seems, because Daily Millwall does a Daily Millwall show on his YouTube channel. Check him out if you've not done it. Just click on his name in the link and you'll get taken to his channel and give him a subscription. I think he does look around. He seems to know about the youth and loans and stuff. So yeah, we'll see.
I think, look with Gilchrist, I think two things to consider there. One, he's a right back. Ryan Leonard plays right back. We've got Danny Matt there, who can cover. I know Danny Matt played on left back towards the end of last season. Is he actually going to be on loan? Is he been made available for loan? Obviously, now Chelsea are now changing their manager again, and they're about to get Enzo Maresca in. I don't know. Obviously, he came in, and then was rumoured to be looking to get a move out on loan in January. Ended up staying at Chelsea, got involved with a few games. Look, if you said to me we could take Gilchrist on loan, I'd take it in a heartbeat. It's just, where does he fit in with that, knowing that Ryan Leonard is our first choice right back and our player of the season? Yeah. There's things to consider there. Also, he's signed a new contract. He's probably on a fair wage, and Chelsea probably want half the money to be committed towards his loan, I imagine, or at least a guarantee on playing games, either or both. There's questions left unanswered there that make me feel like Gilchrist wouldn't be a player we'd identify as a target this summer.
No, that's fine.
It's just my opinion.
No, that's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Where are we? Dan Riggs. No, where are we? Dan Riggs says match Matt Ritchie or Zach Jules from Exeter.
Zach Jules, I can't confess to know a lot about. I know he's played Wolsey Exeter, he's played a lot of games as a defender. A lot of championship clubs. Look at him. Was it Coventry I saw was linked in that article as well?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, we've got back to Gilchrist anyway. Dan actually just sent me the WhatsApp message of it. Mill.edits tweeted saying, done a little thing on Instagram saying, championship clubs are making contact for Alfie Gilchrist. Mill and Swansea both like him. Among those keen, but not alone, as he has several options. Look, he signed a new contract during the second half of the season. I just think he'd ask for a big wage, or we need to commit half his wage. Do we need a right back? Do we need one? If we had money to spend and money to burn, I'd take Gilchrist. Of course I would, but I think the money will be spent elsewhere in the side, centre half, namely.
Man, no, look, I get what you're saying on there. So yeah, appeared up above Omar's head to the right is a QR code. We are on a new chat platform, and if you do want to join us, that we got a few groups, and we'll be getting a few more different rooms on there. We've got a Millwall transfer one, we've got a Millwall podcast one, and then going forward, we'll have some match day ones and other bits and pieces, and we'll be doing giveaways and etc. on there. There's quite a big crowd of you gaining on there. So yeah, for those of you who are not in there, then just scan. Obviously, if you're watching on screen, then it probably on your phone, then it probably won't work. But if you're watching us on the telly, my head is about 4 foot wide, and Omar's afro is probably about 6 foot wide. But yeah, it's it is what's what. So yeah. Just imagine. Can you imagine if we're being watched on like I don't know, like a 75-inch telly? I mean, we'd be huge now, wouldn't we? I mean, we're going like we're looking on little screens, watching us back as we're talking and everything else, and obviously we're about this big on the screen, and the QR code's about that. But if you're watching it on a big fuck off 75, 80-inch telly, that QR code's going to be about as fucking big as your afro.
Imagine how fucking shiny your head would be looking as well, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck me.
I look good for it, fella, so it don't matter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Omer looks like the singer Rag and Bowman.
All right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with Rag and Bowman, actually. I think that's astonishing. We're moving in the right direction here. I'll give that 7 out of 10.
So at the moment, Alex S is potentially in for the best lookalike prize. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I'll give. Rag and Bowman's not a bad shout. I like that.
Okay. Under 21s romp the teams at the level 2. Easy need to play in Prem 2, but training ground not up to stuff. No.
Prem 2
for the
is
Premier League.
Category 1, isn't it? Category 1. We're Cat 2 on the the elite player performance plan, EPPP.
Yes. Yeah.
Look, I think if we went to that level, though, we'd get popped every week. So look, we're the best regional team outside of the Premier League academies, and that's not a bad thing to be boasting about. We need to get some of these players into the first team. Alex Mitchell, what's going to happen with him next season?
I've got a question for you in a minute, not just for you, but there. Remember when we signed Kerry Dixon and Keith Allen?
Clive Allen, even.
Clive Allen. See, it's because we're using small telly.
Small, yeah, you need it on the telly, mate. Get it on your telly.
Can someone buy me a large telly? No, I'm joking. Before I get the hashtags, fucking pay me. Micky Bob Hoskins. Thanks, Daz. I'll take that. Do you know what I mean? I think that's probably one of the if my missus is watching, right, she'll comment in a minute and say fucking Phil Mitchell.
Mitchell, you name it, mate. Yeah, you're the long lost Mitchell brother, ain't you? Clearly.
Bob Hoskins, mate. The best speech and the best scene in a movie, mate, is on Long Good Friday when he's on the boat on the Thames going past the Isle of Dogs before they built it, all trying to, convince all those people about putting their money in. That's just an absolute thingy. So yeah, Gilchrist's story was in transfer rumours 9 hours ago, Micky.
Yeah,
I know, mate. You see, Pete's just telling you. Obviously, on Bunches, our chat room, there was a leak on that a while back, 9 hours ago to be precise. So yeah, if you want to find the information, then go in there because there are some members in there who find stuff and put it straight on there. So that's a good question.
Mm.
Would Gilchrist be an upgrade on BNC?
BNC and Gilchrist. I haven't seen a lot of Gilchrist, but I've watched a few Chelsea games where he's played. I think they're slightly different players. Do you know what? We'd love Gilchrist here. I take back what I'm saying. I'd love to sign him, but I don't see us making him a top priority. If he's still available to the end of the window, I can see us trying to push for him. But we've got other targets we need to go for, I think. But Gilchrist strikes me as a no-nonsense, proper old-school football take. Bruno Nkafi is the more modern-day right-back, wing-back who likes to overlap, get on the ball, try and do step players on, and was good at it. I'll give him that. Different types of players, I think. I don't know if you compare them, say they're better or not. I quite like Norton Nkafi, but I don't think we'll see him again.
No, oh my God, I fucking hate Tony. Daily Mill says he's watching on a 40-inch. Nice. Tony W, just so you know, because you haven't been on for a while, and some of these listeners you don't know. Tony W lives in New Zealand, so for him it's 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow in the morning. So it's Saturday morning there now, and it's Saturday there, and he's just basically turned around and said that my lookalike is Joe Rogan.
He's a podcaster too, mate. I don't see that one, to be honest.
He's got so much power, isn't he? He's one of those who you couldn't cancel if you wanted to.
wouldn't mind a sliver of his money.
No, not me. Not me. Yeah. What did he? He got
Sliver.
bundles, didn't he? For yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. I'll take 0.5%. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
do you know what I mean, mate?
Give our youngsters the first 6 games, and if it don't work out, so be it. As long as we make 1 or 2 signings at the back, we can go forward.
I do want us to put some of the youngsters in, but as the whole old age saying goes, in the Championship, it's tough to do it, isn't it? That's the problem. And seeing often the game time at this level, the Palace boys have been linked with obviously Raksaki. I'd say he's a proper winger, but yeah, we'll see.
No, that's it. Leeds are skint. Can we get Cressy back?
Yeah, well, they need to sell, don't they? They need to sell. I think if Tanganga doesn't happen, we'll get Creswell. Let's be honest.
Right, there's 2 lookalikes for me on the road now. Yeah, not for you, they're for me. Right, and both the people who suggested them, I think are cunts. right, pretty much. Yeah, right, pretty much. The second one, 100%. Right, because he's fucking dug me out before and everything. Right, so yeah, so. Dan Riggs reckons
Michael Chiklis. Nice. I need to search a picture of him. I don't know the ring a bell. Michael Chiklis. Let's have a look. Oh, he sent me a couple of pictures, Dan.
He ain't sent me him though, is he, the little brave fucker?
There you go, Michael Chiklis. Yeah, I like that
one. Yeah. All right.
And you've also got Pimpin, yeah? Did he say that one as well?
Yeah. He didn't send anything to me. Now, Peter's one is proper rude, mate. I should time him out for this one. You ready?
Go on. Loose Spence. Louis Spence. You sound like Louis Spence too, mate, sometimes. The way you pronounce things.
Are you taking the piss or what?
You ain't got a list, but you have similar issues he has, mate, when it comes to reading things out.
I hate you.
I love you too, mate. I love you too.
You're not nice. So yeah.
Oh dear.
Will we do any business before the Euros start? Probably not. No, I think we do because the transfer window opens on the 14th, doesn't it? And the tournament starts on the 17th, doesn't it?
We're also back to train on the 26th of June. So if you're a football manager, I'm sure you want some players in the door before you start pre-season. So I suspect we'll be doing some in the next few weeks. Normally, I think from what I remember managers saying in the past, players tend to go on their holidays. What was it, 5th of May? They have 4 weeks off normally, for what a lot of mad players do. Then they're looking to sort their next move out. So May will be quiet, June will pick up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that some names starting to get linked next week onwards, to be honest.
No,
what do you reckon?
Even
Harris would have had a couple of weeks off, wouldn't he? He would have his holidays and then he would have been like, right, let's get to business. And Steve Gavin's in the door. I think the club will be working, so I'll be no surprises there.
No, that's it. No, I think you're probably right. So yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Right, if you want in the main bunch group, what's up there, right on the other side up there, there's a link there. If you go in there and join up to bunches, I've just started a new room for you where you can post lookalike photos of the panel. So no texting in there, no messaging in there. If you click on the one above Omar's head, then you'll find our profile. Then you'll be able to click into it, and you'll find the one that says Millwall Podcast Lookalikes or Millwall Podcast Lookalikes, whatever it is. Then go in there. All you got to do is text the person and then a picture of the person. So the lookalike you think they look like. So, for instance, it'll be Omer with the pictures we've shown, or me with, Louis Spence or that Michael fella, right? And all you're going to do is go Micky with a photo, Omer with a photo, Stephen with a photo, and that's it. If you put anything more than the panel member and the photo, we'll block you, right? But that's it. So that's there for that. So yeah, that'd be quite funny. So if you want to join it, come up above Omar's head, scan it there, and then you'll find it from our profile. And then you have a facility for the lookalike. And the best lookalikes, we'll start making a section at the end of the shows where we will put them into the show. So, yeah, how's that? Tony says, wow, we've got 2 of them. So Tony He says it's 8 a.m. where he is. And Mighty Millwall Mob says it's 8:05 here in New Zealand. So are you in different parts?
Good morning.
Tony, whereabouts are you based? And whereabouts are you based, Mighty Millwall Mob?
Any more questions as well? Is there any more questions?
Yeah. We've got another lookalike for Omer.
Here we go. Yeah. Added dictator, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Now, who's this to then, Le
Lion Blur. Anyway, more questions. Come on, Micky. Any more questions for me?
I am. They're coming. I'm coming. That's quite funny. Rumours. No, there isn't any questions.
Come on,
I've got one for you. Someone put this to me earlier, right?
Okay.
You can have, right? Micky, fucking cheeky fuckwit, called me fucking Uncle Fester, the prick. He did, yeah. Uncle Fester. Who was Uncle Fester? And he went, you, Micky. Thanks. Get in that group. We want to see your best guesses. Just name of the panel member and a photo of the person that you're saying, okay? And the more people that join, great, because we can have some proper banter. Because once we find out what you lot look like, then we can start posting our own lookalikes of you lot. So we know what some of you look like. So, yeah. Right. You can have one shirt from our history.
Oh, here we go.
What shirt would you have? And I got asked this earlier, and I'm thinking, do you know what? There's a couple, because obviously you'd have the Lewisham one because it's iconic.
Lewisham one's the first one that springs to mind, but it's before my time. So,
but I would go Lewisham because it's iconic as such, or the LDDC or the LCCD or whatever, the London
TV
development.
One.
Yeah, no, the London development one before the Lewisham one.
Yeah.
I like the one that was on Business, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Business, Charlie Bright.
The yellow Giorgio.
Yeah. Like the yellow Giorgio. I also like the CYC one, only because I remember speaking to someone who knew what that was.
The CYC stand for again?
And Chelsea, you cunts.
Chelsea, you cunts, yeah. I like that one.
And
I mean, I like Giorgio. The first ones that came to my mind were Giorgio.
I mean, in the comments, put what shirt you want, and I'll put them up to see. But it's hard, though, isn't it?
The three.
If you were to put 5,
what 5 kits that really?
Just as in 5, and then you'll pick the one from that 5. So you'll have a
short
list of 5. Right? I know I have. I've done it on purpose.
I quite liked our recent home kits.
Right.
I did quite like that kind of colour and style. I liked the Giorgio. I like the Giorgio white one, because it was different.
Yeah, with the badge in the middle, wasn't it? With the big badge in the middle.
I like the Giorgio white. I like the Lewisham kit. I also liked when I was a kid. I never actually had it. I don't think it's the top, but the Ryman kit. The year we got to the FA Cup final, but the away kit, the white and green stripes.
Yeah.
I remember Harry scoring a goal at Crystal Palace and wearing that kit.
The Fairview Homes one, the yellow one was nice as well.
I've also got. I can't remember what one it is now. I've got a match-worn shirt, but it is Fairview, the Fairview home kit. I've got Malcolm Allen's match-worn shirt as well indoors here, for my old man. I like that shirt. But for my favourite shirt of all time, I quite liked our 125-year one, the 2010-11 season. You remember that one? It was when we first got promoted to the Championship, the 125 years. I quite like that top. But yeah, hard to choose, to be honest. I think I probably got Lewisham as one.
Danny Mooney, the plain old white kit from Kitchen a Day, and the old 2 lines badge on it. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. Captain Morgan one, Millwall 2000.
Yeah, Millwall 2000.
With that beard, Omer looks like my old nan. That's the best one so far. Captain Morgan, white 2000, South London Press. Hardly caught camo kit. Yes.
Like that.
Yes. 100%. I love that.
Have you got one again?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I fucking haven't. Don't fucking give me that. Do you know what I mean? We made a deal, mate. Trust me. Do you know what I mean? when you're next down, I'm going to burgle your house. So yeah, that's it. So yeah. Only joking, by the way, because in case anyone else is there. So yeah. Where's it? Omer got the best England shirt of all time right there.
Great.
Yeah, he might well have. He has, because I mean the most iconic is Kevin Keegan. Is that shirt? And then I used to work for a firm where actually Kevin Keegan used to work for that same firm.
I don't have many. I'm not a shirter. No offense to people who collect shirts, but I don't often wear shirts.
Scarfer.
Shirters, scarfers, you name them. I don't wear shirts often, but it's nearly June, and didn't know Micky. I'm going to the Euros, so best grab the English shirts now. So that's it now. So anyone goes to the Euros in the chat? If so, comment in there.
Yeah, we've got an England chat as well for when the Euros are on, so there'll be loads of content because Omer will be out there.
I will be.
He'll actually be fucking doing something for a change.
Fuck off, you prick.
So Lewisham shirt, South London press shirt, White Giorgio, Fairview, Captain Morgan, 95, 96 all day. Yeah. One with all the players on where it's still, that's 125 year one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thinking it, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the one I was on about though. That we won that for one game against Burnley. I remember. Did we draw 0-0 that day? Maybe we lost, but we didn't win it. But I have that shirt as well somewhere.
No, mate. Oh my god, that's fucking. It's filling. It's filling up that chat. It is, Peter. It is. If you go in that Millwall podcast group, you'll see that it says there's a post underneath this tonight's show. You'll see that it's just got Millwall podcast lookalikes. If you click that, that will take you into the other group, and then just join that group and then post. Someone's posted this, yeah. With your name on it. You can.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it is there, Peter. Just go in and have a look, and it is there. So yeah, remember, all you need to do is scan that bit above his head, go in there, look down where the podcast, where we posted tonight's show, straight underneath there's some blue writing. Click on that, and basically you'll go into the group and just post as much lookalike photos. So literally name a panel member, picture, and that's it. And obviously, good. I don't know if the rest of the panel are even listening to us tonight because I haven't seen any of them in the chat. But trust me, I will be telling them to join that group and looking at it because there is some fucking hilarious ones in there. So yeah, it's funny, mate. So who's that? Lou has just won the lookalike. Oh, mate, I will go into it towards the end, right? And I'll go through the ones. So anyone who's got anything in between now and the end of the show, I don't even know how far we're in now. Oh, yeah, we are 48 minutes in. So we got a little while yet. But when we get to it, we'll do it. What'd you say?
We're flying, mate. Time's flying.
We are.
I'm having fun, mate. Loving it.
What about that one? Where the Norwegian weather shirt, yeah?
That's what I was thinking of as well. The weather shirt, that's what I was thinking of.
Do you know what I love about this show, right? Is that we don't take ourselves too serious. And we've got two New Zealanders, right, who live in the same fucking country having a conversation with each other in our chat. So it's like, it's too cold for me in the South Islands. Oh, you're up north. And it's like going backwards and forwards. There's a whole conversation.
There's some good shouts here, mate, I tell you.
Oh, no, Troy Deeney.
Troy Deeney. That's the...
Pete's found it now. All you're going to do is get into that chat, find it, get into it, and submit your photos. And I tell you what, we're doing prizes. The best ones out of there, we'll do a weekly prize review. So you just need to do it all, and then we'll do it probably on a Sunday night. We will go through them all, and we'll find them. So literally...
I'll give them this one. I fucking love that one. It's so funny. I love it. Alex, mate, that's fucking 10 out of 10, honestly.
And then what we'll do is maybe we'll end up putting it onto socials, and we'll go... the picture of the panel and the picture of the lookalike here, and then people can vote, or maybe Instagram, maybe, or whatever. But we'll have a laugh with there. So yeah, the Hendley Court camouflage one, yeah, totally do. Carl Bracey, I used to. That's really random, by the way. Okay, I've not seen what other messages you're going on about, Cole, but that's really random that you used to live in Lewisham. So where do you live now? And if you say Bromley, that's not, you know. I used to live in Bermondsey. I used to be able to walk to the Den, and now it takes me about fucking 2 hours each way.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't afford a house and thingy. 7 years, mate. 7 years I bought my house. 7 years ago this month. 7th of May I moved into my house. And the only reason I know it's then because we were in the house when tomorrow, so about this time or so tomorrow, is 7 years ago that the London Bridge or Borough terrorist attack happened when Roy Lana, Grant, and Darren Kenny and I can't think of the other guy's name now, and I feel so bad for that. Were involved, 2 of them heroes, 2 of them really stabbed and hurt. But yeah, 7 years ago, mate. Fucking, where does the world go?
It flies by.
So yeah.
Any more questions in the chat? Anyone?
There isn't. So anyone want to put a question in? I'll tell you what. Look, who is your?
We're milled out.
Huh?
We're all milled out, ain't we?
Well, we are to a degree. Who's the shittiest Millwall player you've ever seen play at the Den?
Mine's Richard Duffy, hands down, always. I always go Richard Duffy. He was on loan to us. Can't remember where from, actually. But centre half, he came on loan under the Jacket era. That year we lost in the playoffs, 2008-9. Fucking terrible. But when you're growing up, because when you sit South Lower, all the shouts used to be for Marta Phillips and Kevin Braniff. For fuck's sake, Braniff was always the one. But yeah, I think someone like that, Richard Duffy, comes the first one to mind a lot. There you go. One to the chat. Who's the shittest player you've seen play for Millwall? Renigi always gets mentioned, the Watford striker.
You see, there was someone, who was it we were talking to the other day, who reckoned that he was a top player. It was on Wall Talk, wasn't it? Leonard. I think Leonard was saying about him.
No, that was Ken Sahor. Because we had Ken Sahor loan from West Brom, didn't we? And I say something like, because the beauty of doing this show, mate, when you first sign a player, anything you say is recorded and put out into the world. And I think one of the boys found a clip where I said Ken Sahor is going to be the reason we do really well, and I think he scored 2 goals for us. So.
Okay, here we got one for you now, Omar. Right?
Okay,
we've had conversations with this before in the past, and I don't know if Tony's new because I've not really seen him before, but new. But just before we go into this question, right? There's nearly 100 of you on YouTube. There's loads of you, over 300 of you on Twitter, which is hello. You can join in the messages if you want on Twitter. Just message on Twitter and it comes straight through to us here. But we got 20 likes. Come on. Press the like button, press the like button, press the like button.
Make Mickey's night.
To do it. Ready? You ready for this question?
Go.
And you're the man to answer this, okay?
Go.
I keep hearing about a Millwall player. What would be a description of a Millwall player? We've talked about this so many times, and it's hard because we don't actually. I mean, if you've got it in the chat as well, then put your answer in the chat, and we'll find it in a little bit, and we'll go. But what is a Millwall player?
Fuck, I can't sell. I can't. Do you know what? To know what a Millwall player is, for me, you've got to be a Millwall supporter and go Millwall. I can't quantify what a Millwall player is, but I could tell you what types of Millwall players. David Forbes was a Millwall player. Paul Robinson was a Millwall player. Even Steve Morrison was a Millwall player. You know, Jimmy Abdou was a Millwall player. But in that element there, I've mentioned players that have got good technical skills. I've mentioned a goalkeeper. I've mentioned a midfielder who couldn't pass the ball, but fucking ran his heart out. It's a Millwall player is someone that buys into the cause, buys into what we're about, represents I think for me, the main thing for me is, you know, I love Danny McNamara, as everyone knows, right? But a player that goes on that pitch knowing they represent us, to me, that's a Millwall player. It is basically a player that works hard. I can't pretend that it's not. Rhino's a Millwall player. There you go.
Herlock's a Millwall player.
Herlock's a Millwall player. It's players that when they wear that shirt and they go out, they know what they're representing. They're representing the likes of us. Everyone in this chat, everyone that's on the show, they're representing us that go week in, week out. Even when at times we can't afford it, we still find a way to go. They know what they're doing. They know what they're representing.
Oh, there we go. Dan Riggs. has come in. He's on the first on the chat with what he thinks a Millwall player is. Okay, so Dan Riggs, for those of you on the podcast, I will read these comments out for you. Okay, so Dan Riggs says a Millwall player wins your tackles, has fight, show you got a pair, and you play for the badge.
You play for the club.
Pretty much.
There's no agenda to you. You look at that player and you go, they're a Millwall player. Like that's the only way I could describe it. That's a Millwall player. Anyone else?
Danny Mooney, hard, honest, good at the dark arts, will give us his all every game. Absolutely made on. Chris Brown says,
you get shoehorned. When you hear Millwall player, then the negative connotation is everyone's like, we need to move away from it. The thing is, you can still be a talented player and be a Millwall player. It doesn't mean you can't.
Tanganga got it.
Yeah, correct. He came here. He bought into the cause. He even Fleming. Do you know what I'd say? Fleming's a Millwall player because Fleming put his agenda aside. The club was struggling last season. He's played a position. You know, he's been kind of put out of position at times. The ball goes over his head a lot, but Fleming bought into the cause. A Millwall player.
Yeah. A Millwall player is a player who plays for Millwall. Says the man who fucking supports Detroit Lions. There we go. Right.
There we go.
Celez.
Yeah.
Strong, fierce, combative, driven. Now that probably should be the name for our tagline for our show, but that does represent
I don't know what they describe you though, mate. I don't know.
A Millwall thing. Fucking.
What describe Micky? Bald, annoying.
Yeah. A man who can get things done. Oh dear. Terry's gonna get you.
Yeah.
I've seen a cuff. Or is it? I've seen a
Johan
Cruyff turn get booed and a full-on tackle get celebrated like a goal at the Den.
I've seen a Cruyff turn get booed. Yeah. Look, I think this is like
top of the list, Kitchener.
Yeah. Well, I can confess.
We're gonna do a show soon, mate. I want you back. We're gonna do a show. We're gonna go through.
We're
gonna go through the top 50 appearances of Millwall players, right? Maybe next Friday, depending, mate. Before you go, and we're gonna go through them all, and we're gonna list. We're gonna go through them, and we're gonna go right. Legend. The what do you call it? One of the Hall of Fame or iconic. That's what we're going to end up doing, mate.
Where am I going, Micky? Where am I going?
You're going to
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? You're going to Deutschland.
I'm going to Germany.
You're going to walk around going, you swine, you dirty swine.
I know we said we do an hour, but I don't know if we're planning to wrap up. Do people think we're going to win the Euros this year? I think we're going to win it, mate.
We'll go for a little bit longer because we've got a lot of comments
here. We're going to fucking win the Euros. I'll tell you
we are, yeah. Football's coming home, yeah?
It's coming home. I've got a few Euros fever all over the place right now.
Yeah. Millwall player to me is average technically, but tries harder than everyone else. Tony Craig.
No, but the thing is, though, like, you can still be...
Are you not saying...
No, Tony Craig is. No.
That's all right. Because I was just going to say, Tony, see, he's the cunt. It's not me. I like you. Okay?
Tony Craig is a Millwall player. Of course he is. But I'm saying just because average technically doesn't mean if you're good technically and buy into the cause, you're a Millwall player still.
Yeah. Connor says, you would run through brick walls for the club. Don't have to be Ronaldo as long as you give 10 out of 10 every game.
Spot.
Yeah. Harry Cripps, bit before my time. Oi, so does Eminem. I what support Detroit Lions, yeah. So Neil Harris is a Millwall player.
Yeah. So Neil Harris is a Millwall legend. There you go.
Yeah.
Is Neil Harris a Millwall legend? Everyone should be agreeing and say yes. But if there's people that disagree, I'd love to see what they say.
I think
he's a walking, talking Millwall legend, Neil Harris.
He is now.
No. What do you mean now? He was the all-time leading goal scorer in his playing day, came back.
So that doesn't mean anything, does it really? I mean, come on, we don't fucking produce strikers, so we don't really have any much competition, does he? So
what is that? 138 goals, mate. It's over the course of what, 2 spells, technically 3.
If we
cancer,
listen, right? Yeah. No, listen. I can't. I'm not saying he isn't. Right. I'm just saying. But last season cemented his place. For those people who didn't think he was, I'm not saying he isn't. But I'm just saying for those people who didn't think he was, the last season when he come back in for the 12 games or whatever it was, 12, 13 games, that then cemented. If he wasn't already in people's eyes, then that cemented realistically, that is in legend category. So that's
What about
fine.
if he gets us to the Premier League next season? What does he
Oh,
become?
it'd be an absolute. Oh, absolutely. It'd be fucking. It'd be Super Neil Harris, wouldn't he? That would be it. We don't ever talk to it. We don't ever relate to him as Neil Harris ever again. We go Wikipedia everywhere else, and he becomes Sir Neil. Sir Super Neil Harris. That's it. Do you know what I mean? In our eyes, that's it. So yeah. At one point, we had Gavin Maguire, Pat Von Den, and whatever that name is, and Terry Hurlock in the same team. I know. I'll tell you what, here's one for you.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what someone was talking to me yesterday, I think it was, whatever. The last 20-goal striker we manufactured, okay, so we brought up for the youth, was Sadler.
Don't think even Sadler hit 20 goals in the season for us. Teddy did. Teddy's probably the last player to come for our academy and score 20 goals or more. I think Teddy scored 40 in one season. Teddy showed him, didn't he? I don't think Sadler. I think Sadler got double digits one season before he got his injury. But yeah, you're right.
Which is sad, isn't it? That we've never. Yeah. I mean, when they come through, I mean, Teddy's in the 80s.
Who's the best player to come from our academy and play for the club and then go on since Teddy Sheringham?
It's got to be Teddy, isn't it?
Yeah, Teddy. Then Tim Cahill. He didn't really come.
No, he didn't come through the academy, though, did he?
He still played us in the reserves and stuff.
Yeah, but did he? It depends how you're categorising. Went on and had a good thing. I mean, you think realistically,
Cahill went on to have
Teddy. He went and had a good career, but what did he win? Teddy went and won what? Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League.
Listen, Teddy Sheringham is the poster boy of that. But I'm saying Tim Cahill went on to have a very good career, considering I think Everton for how many years, went to America.
But he forgot us now. Though, didn't he, really?
He was the captain of Australia too. He went.
He forgot. He forget. He forgets us now.
Is that what you say? He forgets us.
Yeah, yes. Australian and Everton player. Yeah.
He doesn't retweet our podcast either on Twitter, does he, mate?
No, he has once. Yeah, he has once.
He has once. Yeah.
Dan Riggs, please look at the lookalike group. So if you're not already joined up, it's Omer, point above your head. It's up there. Click that, and then you'll find it, and then you'll go over.
Guys, do it.
Paul Robinson, Neil Harris, Jimmy Abdu's Millwall player. Jason Malumboy, really? Why do some people hate Harris? I don't know, but there are some out there. Now that is a Millwall player. Ben Thatcher.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, massively.
Andy Roberts, yeah.
Ben Thatcher became Millwall type player when he put Pedro Mendes for the stands and all, didn't he? Bloody hell.
Oh, look. Teddy is a Judas, don't forget it. The only reason, so the rumour is it, the only reason that Teddy went to West Ham was because Millwall wouldn't sign his boy up for the academy. So West Ham would and went from there. So yeah.
Bunches is all good for, mate. Oh my Christ.
There's not many, I don't know how many's in there now. There weren't many a minute ago. So you need to get in there and see. Oh my God!
There's Chaps. Look at that one, mate. Chaps.
There's only 9 of you. There's only 9 of you in there. So yeah, by the time we end the show, everyone who's in there, we'll follow back. But it just seems to be the Dan Riggs show at the minute, mate. In there, and whoever's the Lion Roar is, mate, fucking posting that picture. That's a fucking liberty, innit? Look at that.
It's you, mate, isn't it?
I know. Yeah.
You on Thursday nights when you go out. Thursday
nights.
Yeah.
Around your ass. Yeah. Ben Thatcher, best player since Teddy through the youth. Yeah, I probably reckon. Yeah. That's it as well, isn't it? Is Razor a Judas? No, because Razor's got Millwall tattooed on his arm.
He played for West Ham though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, played for Liverpool as well.
That's not Teddy Sheringham Judas.
Hello, Micky. Hello. Teddy is a Judas, to be fair, because he could have come back to us and started where he finished, but he didn't, or finished where he started, but he didn't.
Started where he finished.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lou. Go on, Louis. Keep going.
I've just got it now. What other cunt said earlier on now about fucking Lou wins it fucking hands down. Dan Riggs is fucking getting banned. So yeah. Well, I mean, we're in for an hour, but I mean, we got. I want to go for about another 15, 20 minutes if we
All right,
can.
sir. No worries, sir.
Yeah. Lines. Oh, I see now, Chris. I've got you now. Little fuck. Chris's lines raw, mate, on bunches. So he's the one who posted the little geezer with the fucking bald head with the glasses in the dress. I'm telling you, if you want, you need to get. I'll tell you what I do. If it's if it's hard for you, I will. Oh my God, fucking.
Oh dear,
mate. You see now, Alexis 1885 is good. Telly Savalas is not a bad one for me, but yeah. If you're on Twitter, it's easy. You could just
who do you
reply.
Who do you think your lookalike is?
Oh, I'd probably go Grant
Jason
Mitchell or something
Statham?
like that.
Jason Statham or something? Yeah.
Ray Donovan, there you go.
Yeah. Fuck off. I don't really thought of a lookalike. I've not really had many shouts. So
if you want to get involved, if you're on Twitter, which there's a load of you on Twitter. Good evening, thank you very much for doing it. If you're on Twitter, just reply to this post. Just reply with the name of the panel member and the photo of the lookalike, or just scan up there in that corner, and you'll see a little QR code. And
when I was
just do it.
When I was 13, 14, 15 in school, you remember Britain's Got Talent? I got Paul Potts a lot when I had no beard. Remember Paul Potts, the singer, the opera singer? I used to get him a lot when I had nothing here. I used to get that. I had the square heads.
I commented. I raided. Where is it? This one there. There we go. And that is. Have you not seen it? That is literally spot on with my eyebrows and that character. That is spot on.
Cool. Yeah.
100%. So yeah, no, that's definitely one there. So yeah, who do you think Dan Riggs looks like? Who's that geezer off? I can't think of the program now. But I'm going to be really naughty, so I won't say it now. So yeah,
come on, let's steer it back. Let's get another topic going, mate. Give us something else.
Right, any questions? Come on, give us a question. What do you want? Every club Teddy has gone to, his classic line is, "I've always supported this club as a kid." Yeah.
The old Rugby King line, isn't it? I've always supported this club since I've been a kid or whatever. Yeah.
If there was any, and also while you're there, like, give us a question. Omer looks like a Wii character. Nintendo Wii, yeah. You do a bit, yeah. Also, if we were to do a live show like here, like on what we are now, but with a player for a live Q&A, who would you want? And don't say Teddy Sheringham or Tim Cahill, but get in there. So yeah, Dan's Quagmire from Family Guy. Micky's got a little laugh. Oh, mate, Dan's proper there, mate. Look.
Come on, let's have another topic, mate. Not everyone's going to know.
Here you go.
Let's go. Come on, give me something.
You'll like this one, Omer. All right?
Let's go.
On the spot. Okay?
Oh, God. Let's go. All-time 11. All right.
We've done a show on this, so you should be able to fucking be all right, to be fair.
Okay, I'll do my time supporting Millwall. So from 2000 onwards, right? Okay. David Ford in goal. Play 4-4-2, of course. 4-4-2. It is a bit on the spot. Paul Robson centre half. I'd have. You know what? I'm gonna go just on like who's longevity, not necessarily technical ability. If I sit and go technical, I'd have to go through all the players and remind myself of certain players. But Paul Robinson, Tony Craig, centre half pairing. I'll put Dunny in at right back. You know what? I'm not going to do all-time 11. I'm going to do my Millwall 11, proper Millwall player 11. How about that? So you got David Ford, Tony Craig, Paul Robinson. That's what we should build. Come on, let's do that. Tony Craig, Paul Robinson, Alan Dunn right back. We need a left back, or we can move Tony Craig to left back. We get another Millwall centre half in there for all-time Millwall 11. I'm talking 2000 onwards, though.
Oh, okay. Because otherwise you'd say Kitchener.
No,
wouldn't you?
Rhino or Kitchener, of course, but we've got 2000 onwards because everyone's going to know for 2000 onwards. I feel like in the chat. So get some suggestions in as well. So I've got Fordy in goal. You could go.
What
Tony
about
Millwall.
Hutch?
Hutch, Millwall type player. Yeah, I'll go out. I'll agree with that. You could say Coops, but I think Hutch over Coops. I'll go Hutch over Coops. All right, that's my back four then. Then you need 2 midfielders. Jimmy Abdu. Who's going to be next to Abdu in midfields? Who do you have?
Tim Cahill?
Timmy Cahill. All right, yeah. It's Cahill and Abdu in middle.
Or Craig, you got some suggestions coming in here. You've got
Darren
Craig
Ward,
left back and Darren Ward centre back.
Yeah. Who else?
Or Ryan. So I'll take that. Robbie Ryan.
Right, yeah, Robbie Ryan left back. Okay, I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
Touch out. Tony Craig in the heart of defence with Paul Robinson. Robbie Ryan left back.
Indoors left back. That's a.
Before
Is he within? He's not 2000, is he?
He was late 90s, I think. Indoors, no.
Yeah, I think he was.
I'd have Craig and I have Cahill and Jimmy in the middle. Wingers, proper Millwall wingers. Does Paul Eiffel count as a Millwall player? No, he used to get dog's bollocks from everyone, didn't he?
But he was, I suppose.
Stephen Reid on the right. There's my suggestion.
By the way, evening, Paul. He does watch the show, by the way. So yeah.
Does he? Well, I know Paul. Paul was Marmite for a lot of people. That's the only reason why. I love Paul Eiffel. Just put out there, but
only in case he ever comes on the show. Yeah, 2000 onwards. You can't have Herlock. It's 2000 onwards. We're going with. Muscat.
I've gone longevity. I've gone Dunny for longevity.
There you go. Dan Riggs has done it, right? So Millwall 11. Denzo, Robbie, Ryan, Shaggy, Herlock, Cahill, Eiffel, Reid, Harris, Teddy.
Well, Teddy is not post 2000, but all right. My team's looking very similar to that. I probably would have Reedy and maybe Eiffel. I don't know.
Wingers. Should we get Premier League Fred back?
Yeah, he's not Premier League anymore, is he now? Okay. Jed Wallace on the right, Stephen Reid on the left, and then up top, probably more Gregory and Harris, or Morrison and Harris. Harris is there. It's just who do you think is more qualified to be on that side? Probably Morrison.
What about Moody?
Sadly, I suppose, as well.
Yeah.
There's a couple options up there. Gary Alexander's Millwall player.
Yeah.
Content filler for the summer shows.
Oh, mate, look, they're giving us fucking shows for the going now. Look, there's another one there. Look, what about a best loan 11? We've done that. We've done that on shows, haven't we? We've done that before.
Yeah, Mike Taylor in goal.
Well,
going loan players is Chris Wood up front, obviously.
Sunday, I think Sunday we will do a couple of best 11, shall we?
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, well, you don't have to. I'll get someone who fucking knows what they're doing if you want. But yeah,
that's quick from you, mate. Well done. Oh dear.
But yeah, no, I think I think we're what do you call it? If you wanna, never cut. Yeah.
Yeah, never caught. That's true.
Worst 11 as well. Yeah, we can do for all of it. What? Best 11. Oh, yeah, now you see, Daily Millwall's got a proper little challenge there, mate.
What's that?
Best Millwall 11 named Paul. So, Paul Robinson, Paul Eiffel, Paul Roberts,
Paul Moody. Do you know what? You're gonna have to go through you have to remember the name. But my brain's fried. It's Friday evening.
Kane
in the pub.
Yeah, a Kane you could have as well. Kane you could have a striker.
Exactly, yeah, loan players, yeah.
And Fabrini. You like that player, didn't you?
Oh, Diego Fabrini.
Oh, there we go. There's another one. Get your 11s in before we go. Quick. Right, there we go. Scott John Roberts, Millwall 11. Didn't really read the brief, but we'll let you go on. Keller, Rhino, Witter, Cooper, that's Colin Cooper, Muzzy, Jed, Herlock, Cahill, Carter, and Teddy and Harris. That's a proper Millwall 11 there, isn't it? So, yeah. Oh, look, Paul Steve, fucking hell, they're now giving us all Pauls. So you've got Paul Stevenson, Paul Sampson, Paul Shaw, Baldy Shaw. Fucking hell, why didn't I fucking think of that? So, yeah. In 82-83, I was at Lincoln when we beat them 3-2 in the Group League Cup final. So what shirt did we wear? Because it's got to be that shirt, best night ever. Well, the person who's going to answer that for you will probably be Gazza or that Millwall, that Daily Millwall, because, yeah, they are there, mate, for that. So, there's people naming... You know, what we're going to do now is go over the weekend and all these people are going to be walking around suddenly randomly messaging us or what to call it. So, yeah. If you're on Bunches, we'll set a few things up over the weekend for your all-time 11, your all-time loans, and you can get in there and we can build a team. So when we do some shows over the half of the off-season, we can go into there and get bits and pieces. So we'll do a couple of those once we finish on here. I think other than that, I think we're pretty much it. Let's look at the Bunches quickly and see, oh, mate, who the best one is.
You want to do that, mate?
Huh?
You sure you want to do that? There's some shouts on that.
Micky and his twin. Is that Jordan? Who's that? Is that Jordan? Pete, he keeps doing that one to me. Oh my God. That's Terry Figgy, isn't it?
Terry Tibbs, talk to me.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Little Dan. See, that is a little Dan. So look, right, we're not going to do these now, but there are some good ones. Dan Riggs is about as funny as a fucking course of herpes. To be honest, I think probably. Oh, there we go. There's Micky. I think, to be fair, mate, Henry VIII. I think the one earlier, mate. I think the good call early was the one for you. I quite liked a couple of them, but I think the one with the beard was like the Burak character was quite cool for you. But yeah, I don't know. We do them on Sunday, right? We're going to get the lookalike, so we do it on Sunday, right? And towards the end of the show on Sunday, we would do it, and the best one will win a prize, okay? Other than that, I think we're pretty much it. So I will set, if you're on Bunches, if you're not already on Bunches, join there, and then you'll find the links from there to us, and we're going to be putting some different bunches up for you to get involved in, and we're going to there. So other than that, we're pretty much done for another week, and it's a pleasure to have you back, Omer. It's been absolutely splendid. Back to the old school, isn't it? With having you on, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, anything you want to say before we go?
Language you don't usually hear on television. Millwall in London's Dockland.
No one likes us, but we don't care. We're that Millwall podcast. Loud every Friday night right here. Legends like Jimmy and Abdul take a share of the kitchen or two. Super Neil Harris, a fucking legend too. Through the good times and in this life, we support the Lions all our life. This ain't no place for fans.